If you're a diehard sports fan or sports fanatic, then this is the place you want to be. You're now listening to the Brah Migos podcast, the best place for all sports everything. So pull up and let's go.
Yo. You know who it is. It's the boys from Brah Migos podcast. It's your boy, Price, here with Rob, is always coming to you again with another episode. And you know, it's getting towards the end of the year. Me and Rob had a couple topics, we wanted to duke it out on, plus some regular stuff, And you know what? We just gonna jump right into it.
And I'm gonna win.
See, he thinks he's gonna win. First up, you know that we're wrestling fans, and this is a great debate right here.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart, my excellence of execution, versus Shawn Michaels over there, the Heartbreak Kid.
Let's go.
Look, Rob, his hands down, okay? I know everybody loves the antics and everything that HBK does, okay? Sweet Jim music is off the chain. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm not gonna stop him on that. I'm not gonna take away his greatness. But he's not the excellence of execution. He's not the wrestler that Bret Hart was in my book. He may be a little bit better showman, but he wasn't putting on for the whole nation of Canada like Bret Hart was. He didn't have a foundation that went behind him like Bret Hart put on. Bret Hart had Owen. He came from Stu. He had Jim. He had British Bulldog in the stable. Later on, Natalia. His son. This man started a legacy. It's the Hart Foundation. Okay? It's not, it ain't the Heartbreak Foundation. It's the Hart Foundation. The sharpshooter, the precision of his wrestling on the regular. This man was night in and night out one of the best to ever do it out there in the wrestling ring. He's put on classics, including with you. We put him on with you, but we've made everybody look good. Everybody. And we're not going to touch on our departure to WCW because that's a different world right there. But
why would we?
Nah. We're not going to talk about that. That was bad marketing done by Eric Bischoff. He used us the wrong way. But our time is cemented forever. You can't tell me that the sharpshooter is one of the most legendary, iconic submission holds ever. Even The Rock has used this. Look at how Bret would put people in this. He may not have been the most swole or the most agile, but he had everything in the bag, though. He had some off the rope. He had a lot of technical. He could lock up with you. He could throw you into the ropes. He could sell a move. He had all of this working. That man was the man amongst men. And it's a shame how Vincent Kennedy McMahon treated him as just a backup champion at times. He would put he put the belt on Bret because other people was messed up. But he wouldn't put it on my man to let him rock for the organization. Show him how it was. Have we not forgot about the fall of Kevin Nash whenever Big Daddy Cool Diesel, whenever he had the belt? Psycho Sid and them couldn't hold it. Bret was the steady champion. This was the guy who you had to fall back on. This is the guy that you reneged the contract against, even though he was one of the best. He was your most stable worker, but you wouldn't trust and put the shoulders on him for more than just a little while. Including looking at your guy who decided to have sunny days and decides to have time off and shit like that because that's how he feels. Come on now, bro. You can't tell me that Bret Hart ain't that dude. You can't tell me that he's not that dude whenever it comes to this time period. I know people get caught up in the lights and all of the shiny shit of Shawn Michaels. I know. But come on, dog. Come on. You can't tell me that you not rocking with the Hart Foundation, bro. He wasn't with all of that fuckery. Y'all had to screw me over to take the belt from me, and I would have just dropped it on a Monday night. But nah, y'all had to use one of the most famous screw jobs ever, which shout out to Canada, Montreal screw job. They're still using my shit. They still using our shit. One of the biggest screw jobs ever came from where? Canada. Canada, home of Bret Hart. I'm just saying, though. I feel like I can rest up a little bit on that, right? I'm just saying. Come on now. What you got? I don't believe Shawn Michaels. I believe he's one of them, but he ain't the man that Bret Hart is.
The showstopper, the headliner, the main event, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. You want to know why they don't call Brett showstopper? You want
What?
to know why they don't call Brett headliner?
What?
It's because Brett boring as dog shit. And you know what? I like Brett. I do. I think of it as, you know what? This guy's absolutely great. He is precision. He is amazing. He puts people over. He is the reason why Stone Cold is what he is in two ways. One, with basically what he did at WrestleMania 13 by putting him over in the double switch, and two, with the Montreal screw job and basically the ascension of Vince Academy McMahon with Brett Screwed Brett, which basically made to where Stone Cold could have a foil within the authority that basically will propel him to the stardom that he got. Those are two things I'll give to Bret Hart. What I won't give Bret Hart is my attention. You want to know why? Because Bret is a very boring person. You know who is not boring? The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, who had one of the most iconic, was part of the most iconic group within the Attitude Era. That is what, kids? D-Generation X. He was one of the founders. Him, Triple H, China, and Rick Rude. All the founders of D-Generation X, which was the group of the Attitude Era. And you know what? And you want to know why people do this? Yeah, babies. You want to know why people do that? It's because of him. Nobody's doing anything that Brett did. Nobody's doing anything. They don't have the shiny shades that he has because that's really all he had to him. That was his whole allure. That was his whole charisma. Have shiny shades and a dun 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 dun. That's all he had, and he carried that with Natalia. He carried that to all of them. Only he did not, I ain't gonna front him out because I was gonna say something that was gonna basically besmirch him to his own brother, Owen Hart. But that man did not have any ounce, or he didn't have as much charisma as the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Heartbreak Kid, WrestleMania, that has basically had wars, Undertaker, wars with Triple H, wars with Stone Cold, wars with a lot of the top name talent that you can basically think of. Kurt Angle, John Cena, all these great names that basically have come in the annals of time. This man has worked with him. This man came back from a career threatening injury. Remember the back injury that he had at the Royal Rumble with Undertaker. He was not meant to come back. He had the blow off match with Stone Cold at WrestleMania, and then that was supposed to be it for Shawn Michaels. That was supposed to be done. That man came back. While he came back, he taught a man that basically you guys see in AEW all the time by the name of Bryan Danielson within his Texas wrestling school, and basically helped propel him to stardom. This man, Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, is the dude. He's the guy that people remember. He's the guy that basically has so many things that have gone from him. He's the guy that sticks in your brain because he is the showstopper, the headliner, the main event. He is the guy that will not basically go out of time. I always think of him as this. I'm a Jay-Z fan. I absolutely love Jay-Z. He is my dude. Nas, absolutely a great rapper. In the past, I have besmirched his name and basically said he ain't that great. He is great. He is absolutely great. But you want to know the thing about things? what I think about Nas is there's so many people that I would like to hear before I like to hear a Nas track. And that's nothing against Nas, as nothing against him. It's just basically I know so many other people. I just want to hear more other people than what I hear from Nas. It's the same thing I see from Brett. Brett is absolutely great. One of the best wrestlers of all time. Absolutely one of the most important figures within WWF. But one of the things I will say about Brett is there are so many more people that I would love to see before I see Brett. I cannot say the same except for Jay-Z. I cannot say the same thing for Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. He is that dude. The super kick, the X chop, all the things that basically people have taken away from his career. Those are the things that basically I can't even think of the words. He's so damn good. That man is the one. Bret Hart is the two, and he ain't. And then when we're talking about in top rank order, all right. HBK is that dude. He is better than Bret. Point blank. Period.
Nah, I love him. I love him. Come on now, bro. You look. I understand. I understand.
Come at me.
But come on. The Degeneration X thing. Who came up with that? Was that? Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That was an iconic thing. Even out, they were hitting them. Look, it got people suspended at school. People did it so much. It. But come on now, that was a group thing. And he was a founder, and they definitely had moments. This is true. They definitely had moments. But I just feel the appeal of Brett was look. I feel like they never gave my boy the next level of showman, but he was such a great wrestler. He was that dude. He was the industry standard. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you owe this man putting people over, helping you develop that Brett's group. How can he not? Not like I said. HBK is nice. I'm not gonna lie, he's very nice. But I gotta stick with the Hart Foundation. We sharpshooting motherfuckers over here, goddammit. We putting them in holes. We giving it
the
to
sharpshooter is dope, and he basically made that. He made a hotline, which basically was actually invented by Ricky Chosu back in New Japan, and made it a hot song basically within WWE. But when we really talk about basically the best wrestler and the guy that basically is putting people in seats, the guy that's going to be remembered is going to be HBK before Shawn Michaels. Even though Brett says he's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Shawn Michaels has been headlined a lot more WrestleManias, and he was that dude. And even though he lost his smile, carried them to the promised land, made money for them. Like, he's that guy. He's the better. He is the best. All right.
I feel like
no
Brett could have been in a lot of them matches, and they would have been great.
No better.
Look, Vince McMahon was a hater. Okay, he stole my boy Shine. He stole my boy Shine.
He didn't steal shit. See, here's the thing with Bret Hart. And look, I'll basically say I understand where Bret Hart was coming from. But there is a saying when it comes to wrestling, and that's going into business for yourself. Yes, Bret did not want to drop the title in Canada. I understand what he's talking about. He wanted to do it at another place, and he said he'll do it. He agreed to it, and that's fine. But that is Vince McMahon's title, and that is his shit. All right. And look, I am not a person that is gonna basically ride for Vince. That nigga sucks as a person, as a entity, as the founder or the owner, former owner now of WWE, and as far as like the architect of what that all that shit is, he is absolutely the most important figure within wrestling, point blank. But that was his shit, and whenever there's any booker in the past is going to basically say what's best for their business, and I know saying what's best for business is the term that's like, we've been programmed to say and think that's the shitty term, but every booker, every promoter that's ever existed is going to do what's best for their business in whatever way they think of it. Whether you're talking about Bill Watts, whether you're talking about Antonio Inoki, whether you're talking about Dusty, Anybody that basically is booking it is going to do the best for their shit. And if they have a guy that's basically not going to do business with them in the way that they want to do business, they're going to take shit into their own hands. And that's what Vince did. And with what Vince did was the most important thing for the 20th century, I would say, as far as going into business and saying Brett screw Brett and doing the Montreal screw job, especially because Brett wanted to do things his way with a title that wasn't owned by him.
He at least owed me that. I did all of this. I saved him multiple times. Multiple. He was out there. He could have did that for me. He could have did that for me. Let me drop it on a Monday night.
No.
Yes.
Drop it at the pay-per-view on your last day or on your next to last day, whatever it was. Like, I understand where he was coming from. He didn't want to have it in. He didn't want to lose in his spot. But the thing about wrestling also is you go down on your back. All right.
This is true.
Go out like that, and that's how you basically put people over. And I understand you basically wanting to choose it your own other way because of how much business you had done with this man, how much your family had done business with the McMahon family. But it's still to the point of if basically Vince is saying, "Hey, drop it here," and you're like, "No," he's got the final say. And that's anybody, any boss. And I'm not trying to be pro-authority and not trying to be bootlicking or anything like that, but call the spade a spade and call it what it is. That's his title, his shit. He can basically do it however he wants. And I don't give a fuck how you take it, but that's point blank what it is. You want to basically go from the righteous man and do it from the little guy, cool. But I can't basically move the big ass cruise ship of reality to basically fit in the spot that you're looking for it to fit in. That's what it is, though.
Nah.
That nigga should basically just went out on his back and did it what it is. But I'm glad he didn't, because then you basically probably don't have Stone Cold being what he did.
Yeah, you might not. I'll give Rob this. But Bret Hart still that man.
It's okay.
But he's that dude. I get it. But we got one more we gotta go at.
We do. Now this is the one. Like, let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So look, I already know where you about to go. You gonna go 11 titles to my 9 titles.
I?
Yeah. I know where you're gonna go. But your last one was in 2011. And for all you who don't know, we're talking Red Sox versus Cardinals. I'm a Red Sox fan. He likes them goddamn red birds over there, okay? Fuck them birds.
Sure do. Fuck your socks.
Look, last one you had was in 2011. I got one since 2013 and one since 2018. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you may have me by two titles, okay? Mm-hmm. And you got me by a few pennies, okay? Mm-hmm. But we're in a what have you done for me lately league, and you haven't done anything lately. It's been over a decade.
Look, but that's still like how many do we have post segregation? How many y'all have post segregation? I think we got a little bit more than y'all do. All right, I'm just saying. Look, the Cardinals have been a historic franchise, and yes, you guys have won a world title more recently, but y'all have also had a cheating scandal more recently too.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Want to talk about Alex Cora right now?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Apple Watches right now.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You don't want to do this because you know what happened in the year that one of the years you guys won the World Series.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You just so happen to have one of these controversies. Kind of the same thing what happened with the Astros. So should we call one of your World Series titles into question? Should we? Because I think we should.
No.
And the thing is that 2013 was bullshit. Because Mike Matheny, I want your fade, motherfucker. You couldn't stop pitching to David Ortiz as the rest of the team wasn't doing a goddamn thing.
One of the gregreatest hitting performances ever.
If that motherfucker wasn't trying to be prideful and Colton Wong doesn't get picked off at first in game 1 or 2 or whatever it was, I think it was game 1.
It was game
1.
You
motherfuckers don't win that World Series, all right? Y'all got an asterisk just like the asterisk y'all should have with the World Series that y'all had, that y'all won, where y'all basically had the controversy,
Uh,
motherfucking controversy.
and
All
if
right,
fifth was a
I'm
fifth,
just
we'd
saying.
all be
I'm
drunk,
just putting
Rob.
it out
And
there.
if fifth was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. We the men.
But
We've done this more
but
lately
listen,
than y'all.
still,
No,
I'm just saying.
y'all
All
over
right,
there hoping for Tiny to come home, and he's not coming home because his ass
you know
went
what?
to
And
goddamn
you know what?
Dodger Land,
Look,
damn it.
look. You know what? You know what? Glad that motherfucker stayed there. I'm glad we ain't got to pay $700 million for that motherfucker. I'm glad that motherfucker is gonna basically be watching us in the World Series while he is at home with him with Yoshibu, with Yoshibu and all these motherfuckers. All right, I don't care because see that I'm good. I don't want that nigga. I'm good with what we got. We got Sonny Gray this offseason. We picked up a whole. We got Kyle Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Like we picked up some cats. That's gonna be good for our lineup with our rotation. We'll be fine without you. We're gonna Mo get Jordan Montgomery. All right,
Are
Mo
you
to
gonna
Mo
be fine?
connection.
Are
Get
you gonna be
that
fine?
motherfucker. We gonna be just fine because once we get our pitching back and we get basically our hitting going up. We got Jordan Walker. We got Mason Wynn coming up. We're gonna have Tick Hence. We're gonna have who else? Who else we got? We just traded Tyler O'Neill, y'all. Good luck with that. We gonna have shit. Goldie gonna be coming back. Aaron Nado gonna be coming back. Like we gonna be fine. All right, we gonna be good. You motherfuckers gonna have to figure out how y'all gonna make it out the East. What you got? The Jays gonna be basically coming back up. The Yankees gonna be basically retooled. Who else? Who are they? Or Orioles basically gonna keep their hot streak and keep their young talent. We ain't got to deal with the shit y'all got to deal with. All the only teams we got to deal with is maybe the Cubs, maybe the Brewers, and maybe the Reds. All right, and that's really it. Y'all got to basically come up out the muck. We gonna be one of the best teams in the Central. We gonna be one of the best teams in the National League. Y'all ain't shit. All right.
Look, even whenever we wasn't shit, we was more shit than y'all. 78 games, 71 games, 1-7 more. Okay, more is more. Whether you win by an inch or a mile, we was better than y'all motherfucking ass this season. Okay, y'all was sitting up there, couldn't get right, can't get rights everywhere on the goddamn team, couldn't do shit right. Y'all was out there, yeah, y'all picked up Sonny Gray, but don't worry, we gonna figure out how to make this work over here in Red Sox land, cause we've tasted the sweet World Series titleness more recently, and we can still feel it. We can still taste it. Unlike that one that's over a decade old over there in St. Louis right now. I'm just saying, bro.
Well, you know what? It's fine. It's aged like a fine wine.
No, it didn't.
Not dusty and crusty like the two motherfucking World Series that y'all got sitting up there. We got family. We got basically a whole starting roster of an NFL starting roster on our motherfucking team. Like y'all got like two that just sitting there, just like I wonder if we're gonna ever have any more coming with us. I wonder if there's ever gonna be another World Series that's gonna brace our presence. It ain't, motherfucker. Like Cardinals, we are gonna basically take this shit. I have full confidence that Mo is gonna make it back for us. I have full confidence that we're gonna basically get back to the promised land. But them motherfuckers, they are gonna basically have to figure some shit out. All right, they really gonna have to look. Y'all can't. Y'all having trouble with Verdugo. Y'all basically about to kick that motherfucker off the boat, and all y'all getting mad at all these other. Like, look, who y'all got? Let's pull up y'all roster.
Oh, here we go.
Let me talk to you motherfuckers by name. Let's see. Hold on. Red Sox roster. Here we go. Let's go. Active roster. All right. Who y'all got? See, y'all going with the tattered remains of Kenley Jansen. Who else y'all got? Who is
Still got Rafael Devers. We got Trevor Story still.
Okay. Y'all got Brian Bello.
We took Tyler
really
O'Neill from y'all.
Right,
He's gonna be better over here. He's gonna love hitting in Fenway.
This rotation is boo boo. Like, I mean, who is that? Taylor Hawk, Nick Pavetta. Like, y'all got a who's who of who knows. That's all y'all get. Now, granted, I fucks with Tristan Casas. That's the dude. Like, I think he's gonna be nice. But shit, Rafael Devers is good too.
Yes,
got whatever's left for Trevor Story. Y'all got Tyler O'Neill now. Good luck. I like Yoshida. I fuck with Yoshida. He was on my fantasy team last year. But outside of that, y'all got nothing. let's go over to the best team or one of the best teams in all the National League.
The
Let's go with
blasphemy
those
that just
St.
came up out of his
Louis.
mouth.
Let's what'd you say?
The blasphemy that just came up out of his mouth.
I mean, I'm just talking about it as it is. Like, let's see what we got here. We got, like I said, Nolan Arenado, boy. We got Golden. We got Goldie. We got Nolan Gorman. Yeah, Mason Wynn, who basically throws 100 miles an hour, like, at shortstop.
I like
Shit,
Mason. I'm not
we
gonna
got
lie.
Jordan
I like
Walker.
Mason. I like
we got
Mason.
Richie Palacios. We got Lars Nootbaar, who was supposed to get us Roshibu, but it's fine. We'll get another Japanese dude. Shit, we might get Hiroki Sasaki. Like, I'm telling you, we are gonna be dope. And you know what? I ain't really gotta say too much because y'all gonna see us. Y'all gonna see us in the motherfucking winner circle. We ain't even gonna talk about Lance Lynn. That is what it is. But we are gonna be alright. And y'all gonna have to figure some shit out.
We gonna figure this out. We gonna figure this out. And we gonna be alright. God damn it. I do like Goldie. I do like Arenado. I do like him. I do like them. I do like them. I'm not gonna lie.
Highest draft pussy, doubt it.
Look, we gonna get this shit together. Right, Red Sox Nation? We in there, goddamn it. We in there. Even in a bad season, we're better than them goddamn Birds. 78 to 71. I'm gonna just throw that one out there. We still have.
I'm gonna throw that shit back, and we gonna turn that shit around. We probably gonna win like 90 games this year.
I got y'all about 80 something. Y'all might be up there. I figure y'all might get 80 something.
We gonna see.
I'm looking for us to at least get 85. I'm looking for us to get 85 to 90. I'm looking for us to get 85 to 90.
Hope in a motherfucking prayer. Like, all right, look.
I don't see y'all do it. Now I'm not gonna lie. I do like Edmund over there on y'all squad too. Edmund is nice. Edmund.
Tommy Edmund.
Yeah. Edmund is nice.
Dude.
Yeah. Tommy Edmund is nice. But I don't think them goddamn Redbirds don't go do anything. I think that they're gonna fail to fly again this year. Okay.
Watch.
Straight now.
Watch us win. Right. Watch us take this shit to the top.
And both of us gotta fight these fucking super loaded teams over.
I mean, fuck. But to be honest, like I'm always a believer in Atlanta sports and their failure. We talked about this. We chronicled this. We already said the Dodgers are gonna basically fall flat. Everybody knows the only teams that we're gonna really have to deal with that's gonna be, kind of a sleeping giant. Padres, Diamondbacks, at least in the National League. I don't believe in the Mets. I don't believe in, anybody else for real. Phillies, I think, is gonna be nice. Phillies, I think, is gonna be real nice. They might be the number one team in the National League next year. But I don't know.
And before we move on, Atlanta, I stand by what we said. Y'all are the greatest at figuring out how to fail at the last minute. Number one team in it. The biggest bats putting on for the city. 104 wins. Got y'all ass knocked out early in the playoffs.
But
it don't make sense. It don't make sense. And we had just talked about they won one and they did it without Acuna. How much better could they be with Acuna, who was come out blasted 104 games and then go home in the first round?
MVP by a mile.
Just next closest team to you, Philly, 14 wins behind, and y'all just smoke out. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Y'all are a mystery amongst yourselves. I will never understand it. Like, ever. I don't know. Some people will say maybe they burnt out, but I don't know. Y'all did what y'all had to do. Y'all proved to me, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but y'all proved to me, Atlanta, that y'all are good at failure, especially in baseball. All them wins and couldn't win the right shit.
No team to show for it. Nothing.
Damn, that's bad. Moving on.
Moving on.
We have to talk a little bit more baseball. So me and Rob been peeping out the Dodgers, and we've kind of come to a conclusion about y'all. And this may not be the conclusion that some of you Dodgers fans want to hear, but we're going to use an NBA team comparison.
Yep.
Y'all are the Phoenix Suns of the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're wondering where we get this from, Rob, go ahead and elaborate.
So, remember when the guys I was talking about when the Phoenix Suns basically acquired KD or acquired Bradley Beal, got KD, got all these players that have had injury issues to say the least. And we were talking about how to basically rely on something like that is like basically relying on the foundation of a sack of cards or a house of cards. And granted, they're doing well. You know, things are working out. They also basically was able to add some depth with the coming off the back of the Damian Lillard trade, getting Nurkic and all that. But the one thing I will think, like when it comes to the Dodgers, just put it back to baseball, is that they're relying on a bunch of guys that either have just came off injury or are basically injured now and relying on them for the long haul. So the worst person I would think about is like Shohei. So Shohei basically it just maybe or may or not have had Tommy John surgery. It's still a mystery. It hasn't gone and actually been reported as an actual Tommy John surgery. It just said that he had a second elbow surgery. Tommy John's a little bit different than just a regular basically repairing of the UCL, the ligament that basically he tore. So if basically he didn't have Tommy John surgery, or even if he did, this is the second UCL tear that he had within his career. Now, a lot of pitchers have UCL tears, especially the guys that throw high heat. So it's kind of like a rite of passage. But the thing about it is, when you're talking about paying $700 million for a player that you're expecting to do more than the average player, and paying him to be a top of the line starter and a top of the line hitter, one of those things may or may not happen. So to be relying on something like that for the long haul is kind of a flimsy thing. Even if you say that hey, most of his contract is going to be deferred, and they don't really have to worry about that money right now. They still got to worry about it in some way, form, or fashion because they might not get the ROI that they're looking for. So that's one thing. Two, two of the pitchers that basically either they just added or coming back within Tyler Glasnow and Walker Buehler. One Tyler Glasnow, we were talking about it before the show. He pitched 45 games for Pittsburgh and Tampa for the 2018 season. Since then, he pitched about 50 games. So in about 5 years, he pitched, or from 2018 to 2022, he only pitched 50 games. So it's kind of hard to basically think. He pitched 21 games last year. So he hasn't really pitched a ton of games in the last 5 years. So you could say he's better, or you could say he's actually been hurt and been coming back from injuries. Another pitcher that they've had for a long time, Walker Buehler, is also coming back from injury. Those two are going to be their 2 and 3 starters probably going into the next season, unless Bobby Miller, who is one of their top prospects, actually steps up and gets a little bit better and gets his feet under him. But be that as it may, you still got Yoshiba that's basically they just added to the Dodgers, who's going to be their top starter. But he's a guy that hasn't pitched against major league top level pitching in his career. So now he's the richest pitcher, and you don't know what you actually going to get because, hey, he might just bomb out. You never know. But still, it's the point of you're relying on your top 3 starters. 2 are injury risk. 1 basically has never been there before. And that's what's going to basically be your rotation, at least for the next year. Now, if Shohei Ohtani comes back and it is the guy that he's supposed to be, or the guy he was for the last 6 years, then or for the last 3 years, that's few and far between. We don't know what he's going to actually be, but it's still to the point of it's a very flimsy foundation to go on. Their lineup is gonna be nice. It's gonna be top heavy, but it's gonna be nice with Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei. He's still gonna be hitting, even though he can't pitch. He's still gonna be hitting. Like that's a nice 1, 2, 3 to basically go against, and that's hard as hell to get over. But that bottom end of that that bottom end of that lineup is you can base you won't have any problems with it. So, like I said, it's going to basically be something that it's a wait and see where they going what they're gonna do. But I don't have too much faith in they could beat a team like the Braves. I don't have too much faith that they could beat a team like the Padres. The Giants are still going to be pretty nice. Cardinals are going to be coming back up. Brewers are going to be pretty nice. Like they're starting to get their hitting going. What the Reds have basically been doing with their young lineup and what they're basically got, they're still a wait and see, but they're going to be good. The Diamondbacks are much better than what they've been. It's harder to basically come out of that West and be like, okay, I got a whole bunch of teams that I don't have to worry about. There is the Diamondbacks was just in the World Series. Like you basically have so much talent you have to deal with in the National League now and what it was before that it's kind of like I don't know when it comes to this team. It sounds good on paper, it sounds good as far as the past talent production is concerned, but as far as right now, as far as 2024, I don't know and I don't have too much confidence in that team.
So to kind of elaborate on, well, just extend upon what Rob said. I totally agree with you. They're gonna be top heavy. I look at them. I'm gonna expand a little bit more on like Shohei, because they still got Altman, and I want to say they still have Muncy, and they still have Will Smith. So you have people there. So here's one of my other things. Where are we gonna put JD? Because JD hit DH last year. Okay, he had 100 RBIs for you.
He's a free agent.
So look, so you're letting him go. So Shohei's probably going to take his spot. Okay. So are we expecting Shohei to put up the same 100 or close to that to help in run production now? So we're hoping to at least get that out of Shohei's bat, right? Okay. So you still gonna be kind of top heavy. You got. See, I don't really like Jason Hayward as a bat.
He's been getting better. Like he had a nice year last year. It was just that it came out of nowhere because he was on his way out of the league altogether. Like the Dodgers got him because they could, not because they needed. But he did. He had an 813 OPS. Like that is good.
Yeah, that is. How are we gonna?
If he can, but
how are we gonna structure this line? Because if we go top heavy with Betts and them, it's not quite the murderer's row that you had to deal with whenever you face New York. You know, you're not facing them dudes that can go yard like that, and it's over with. You know, so you're looking at Freddie Freeman. He was 331 batting average during the regular season. Okay, so Mookie Betts 39 homers. Like you said, we ain't got the most pop in the bats. Okay. We got solid hitters, but we're so top heavy that whenever we get on the bottom side, I feel like your everyday starter in a rotation that may not be an ace or too high level can deal with the back half of their rotation well enough to keep a game close or keep a game manageable, because you only worried about these 3 dudes, 3, maybe 4 dudes, and you're like, okay, if I can get through this, I'm cool on the backside. I just gotta either pitch the contact, get out, make a miss, tie them up, draw out the pitch count a little bit, and play on my arm is gonna go farther than you guys getting a hit on the backside of this line. The Dodgers they took a huge risk with Shohei, and I understand, and you saw he gave Joe Kelly's wife a Porsche for the number 17.
See, it's like I wanted to bring this up, like I was waiting because my boy Johei Ohtani, which all doing all the things your man won't do. Like, oh my god, that fellas, let's talk. I'm not the. I mean, me and Nate, we know a lot.
Yes.
Two smart brothers. We both know you don't buy coworker, your coworker's spouse, a very expensive gift.
Very.
No matter how well you feel about it. Now, granted, they did say that he's a partner, or Shohei is a partner of Porsche, or one of their folk or whatever. Still, that's a big time. That's a big time car. If he bought her a Mazda, it still would have been too much. Don't do it, fellas. I care about you. I want to see you basically have bloodlines of your own. Don't do it. Don't do it. He said that shit was funny.
Look,
because we're gonna be laughing about it and talking about it on here. That's why you don't want to do it.
I just want to throw this out there. Look, it's like a drop in a bucket, probably to show him. But I just gotta throw this out here. Let's say, hold on, because they got a video.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if I saw. I need you to get a little bit closer to that car, because I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure, because I gotta see, they didn't get close enough, but I'm gonna explain something to you guys. So it looked like a 4-door Porsche. Okay, Porsche doesn't make too many 4 doors. It looked like it possibly could have been a 4-door Porsche. So I'm gonna go out and say this. There's only a few 4-door Porsches. Well, there's one, the Panamera. Okay. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and do a little quick, little Google research right there. So let's say he bought the base model for her. Okay. The base model is still a $99,000 car. Okay.
Very expensive.
So, and it's a lot of you out there gonna be like, he signed 700 million, dropping the bucket to him. This is true. Maybe not even a whole drop. Maybe a half a drop. Maybe even a quarter of a drop. Probably a quarter. Just a little light flick. Just a little water. Should nobody be buying your woman a goddamn
Nobody. I try
car.
to think of myself as a progressive, generally progressive human being, but I know fucking better. Do not, because that man got to go home to her, right? And she may be, just like, all right, it's fine. Hey, tomorrow might be a different story. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I feel like this is one of them situations he should have just gave him a check with like 100,000 or something like that, and gave it to him, not her.
Yes, that part.
Gave it to him, not her.
Like, say, hey, honey, I got you this. He don't look. We ain't never have to know that. All right. He could have been like, hey, I'm gifting this to you, Joe. Whatever you want to do with it is fine. But don't basically say you're giving it to her. Even if, because what it was she had the campaign of, hey, Shohei, come. I think it was like, take 17 or something like
17,
that.
Yeah.
And so she started the campaign, and that's why he wanted to give it to her. But Shohei, let's talk to you now, sir. I cannot speak Japanese. You speak fairly well English. But if you need your interpreter to tell you this, please get him closer to the camera, get him closer to the viewer. Don't do that, bro.
Oh no, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't. I ain't saying that this is Japanese culture that you can just give gifts to anybody. Because I feel like this kind of thing is a universal thing. I feel like this is a universal language of don't basically give, especially if this woman is not a good friend of yours, unless you knew her before you knew Joe. And even then, I wouldn't even suggest it. Don't do it. You got that man in some trouble. You got us talking about that man. We don't never talk about Joe Kelly, dog. Joe Kelly, former Cardinal. All the time asshole. We don't talk about Joe Kelly. But now we are. Because of you. You. Don't do it. Reconsider. Reconsider.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Yes. Just
don't do it.
You damn sure put that man in a bind.
Give the card to Joe Kelly. Say, hey, this is for you. Thank you for 17. That's it. Leave it at that. Now you.
Like I said, it's one of them things, bro. It's like, hey. Come on now.
Know better. Do better.
Just don't do that.
Doing?
Don't do that no more, bro. Got that man looking bad out you.
Like, you doing, Shohei?
Look, just know. Just know. Just know. Just know,
that
bro.
Is not good, bro. Hey,
it's a bad one. Just know it's a bad one. I was like, come on now, bro. Come on, dog.
Like,
just know that's all I can think about. I was like, say, dog, don't do that. Don't do that.
You want to move over to somebody else that's got fucked or is currently getting fucked? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to Detroit. Good segue, huh?
So look, Detroit. I have an infinite bone to pick with y'all right now, and it's not a. So look, y'all got to do better, bro. It's no way on God's green earth that y'all are 2-25. Okay? We should never, ever be saying, hey, bro, we're 2-25. Cade Cunningham, I'm going to give you this, my dog. You have the mindset of a winner right now. I love it. I fucking love it. But that team, I don't know what y'all gonna do. This is one of them situations, bro. I feel like Adam Silver is about to step in. He's about to step in because he's gonna say, "Hey, man, look at this, man. Look what's going on," and we're like, "Okay, Adam, here it comes," because he has the tendency to do this. He's gonna say, "This team needs a real owner, and the best needs to be thought about for this team," and then they're gonna wind up with another number 1 draft pick. Okay, that's usually how this works, or they end up in the top 3 some way, shape, or form. Detroit, at this point, I might sell a team. You know, it's no way that you've only won 2 games. Do you know that there's a Vegas odd right now, bro, that I'm thinking about putting $20 on? That there's a bet that they don't win another game for the rest of the season. and it's like $20 is gonna net people like 10 grand or some shit like that, or 20 grand. Look, I'm almost like I might have to take a little risk on this. 20 you. But win 20 grand, I'm up. If not, I lost lunch for 2 days. But they literally have this as a Vegas odds, bro. Who does this?
Sad.
I don't think we've seen anything like this up until like whenever we thought Miami wasn't gonna win a game that one NFL season. Like I think this is the equivalent to that. If you win 2 games, there's 82 games in an NBA season, and you win 2. Not 10, 2.
Go winless in a month.
A month? Do you know how many I want you guys to think about this at home. Imagine if everything went bad for you over the course of the next 30 days. Tires was flattened, lights got cut off. Maybe not even the lights getting cut off. Maybe your shit keep flickering in and out. They can't fix it at the light company. Water got leaks. Children getting in trouble every day at school. I don't know, your beard patchy can't grow. Everything is going wrong for you right now over the course of the next 30 days. And then you'll be living the life of the Detroit Pistons basketball team. That's how bad they are right now. And then to be in a town where your college team was celebrating, they was winners, and they was looking good. And then it's you guys, 2-25 right now. I wonder if this could be. I think the Charlotte Bobcats won 10 that year that they were real bad. I think they won 10. I don't think that you can get much worse than this, bro. Like, let's see, Rob. Let's see. Worst NBA records. So, okay. They are 3. The longest losing streak was 28 games in a row. Okay. So, the worst NBA record. Okay, the Bobcats, by winning percentage, they were 7-59 in 2012. So the 2 partial seasons of right now actually have 2 teams on this list. Now I don't know how this one got glanced over. So it's 2 of them. Detroit has 2 wins. The San Antonio Spurs had 4. Which granted is double the 2. Yeah. But Detroit literally, bro, could literally go down as one of the worst teams in the NBA. Oh, and I forgot the Wizards are right there too. God, dog, what are you doing to these NBA franchises, people? 5-23. I did not pay attention that their record was that bad right now in the Wizards. But then you know it is the Jordan Poole effect.
Yeah, like right now the Pistons, if they lose all the way up until December 28th, they'll basically match the record of 28 losses, and they could break it 2 days later on the 30th, basically against the Rockets if they lose, if they continue to lose.
I think that's their hope to break this. The Rockets are a young team, unless Sengun and those young cats go ham, which is a possibility. Damn. Detroit, y'all got to get y'all shit together in basketball right now.
Detroit basketball.
It's already bad enough Isaiah got to fight allegations with Michael Jordan every time he come on TV, but we can't have y'all struggling too.
Just embarrassing.
Which, Isaiah, let it go. Just let it go.
That, you know what? I'm as a person, because going back to Bret Hart, because Bret Hart is a Hall of Fame hater himself. I understand with Isaiah, and I understand because of this. That man is from Chicago. Isaiah is from Chicago. Chicago turned into Jordan's town while Isaiah was playing. While Jordan was taking the lead from him, from Isaiah, as he was doing it in his hometown. I understand why that man don't let shit go. Even though he knows he never would have been Jordan. He knows basically why he never was Jordan. But I understand him thinking, that's my city. That man is taking my city and leaving me out in the dust. He took my league and he took my city right from me. I understand not letting that go. Even though I'm more like you, bro. Like, I want him to let that hurt go, but I understand why that hurt don't leave.
I feel like he needs a therapist.
Oh, he needs a team. He needs an exorcism. Something like that. I don't think the therapist is gonna need a coalition, a League of Nations to basically get like whatever that hurt is inside of him out. And he's probably seen a ton of therapists in the past. I can see this shit being deep-seated, deep-hearted. Like, and that he thought that Jordan basically got him kicked off the Dream Team.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. I nah.
You think he gonna take y'all forever?
Oh, to his grave and beyond. Beyond.
And Mike out here on super yachts drinking whiskey and shit.
With his billions of dollars and shit.
Mike don't even care. Mike like, fuck it.
Tell that little nigga to shut the fuck up. Yeah. I can see him saying something
yes.
Like that.
Yes. Oh, man. But we gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We love y'all. Tell y'all people about us. Come tune in. Come, look, give it to them heart. There you go, Rob. Give them the heart. Tell your people, come like, share, subscribe. Brah Migos podcast. We love y'all. It's Christmas Eve. Make sure you got the presents wrapped. Make sure the kids got everything ready. Tell them Santa's on the way, baby. And we out. Tell them good night, Rob.
Good night, Taylor Swift. Good night to y'all. Good night, Canada. Even though I basically was almost about to trash y'all because of that Bret Hart take that Nate had.
Just saying.
I don't know why he owned it.
Bret Hart.
But good night to y'all. All of y'all. In case y'all haven't been told this, which y'all think y'all have a Merry Christmas. I think Hanukkah just ended. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy days off to y'all. Basically taking the week off next week. Everything. Look, have a good time with some good people. Share some memories. Share some fun. Be good to everybody. Be good to yourself too.
Peace.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Brah Migos podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.